tropical storm before too long, though.
I think, the message is the same. We've been talking about the last couple of days. Wind, it'll be there, but the main story is rainfall.
Absolutely. I mean, even if this thing does become Barry, it's really going to be primarily a heavy rainmaker. So the impacts, as you say, are pretty much the same. So let's take a look at the latest on the system. And we actually do not have this graphically for you, but it doesn't matter much because the only thing that, again, has changed is the position. So just ignore that. But all of those other parameters are exactly the same. The wind's still 35, the pressure's still 1,006, moving west-northwest at 9. So this is the Gulf of Mexico. There's Mexico right there. And there is our tropical depression, which may very well become a tropical storm. There's a look at the enhanced satellite, and where we see these colors, that's where the taller, colder cloud tops are. That's where the more intense thunderstorms are. And you're seeing a pretty good area bursting right now, not all that far from the center. So it does appear to be getting its act together, which is not surprising because it's over the open water.
Isn't it incredible? I mean, these things, they hit land and all of a sudden, shred it apart. As soon as it comes over the water, it just wants to get its act together.
Yeah, they derive their energy from that warm water. And so this could very well become a tropical storm before it makes landfall, which is going to be sometime tomorrow. This is the forecast track from the Hurricane Center coming generally towards Veracruz, and then the tropical depression most likely making its way into the interior part of Mexico. So as mentioned, not a real high wind or coastal threat, but certainly there's going to be a lot of rainfall, widespread 2 to 5 inch amounts, up to 10 inches possible in some areas around Veracruz and farther northward. That's a really big worry when we talk about the terrain, and I want to show you what that looks like. Now, first of all, here is Veracruz State right there, home to almost 8 million people. We'll zoom on down and take a look at Veracruz, which is comparable in size to Akron or Charleston, South Carolina, or South Bend, about 700,000 people in the metro there. Relatively flat, so they can take a fair amount of water before they start to see flooding. But here is Jalapa, which is also about the size of Veracruz in terms of the metro. And look at the terrain here. These mountains off to the west of Jalapa are 9,000 feet high. So that means a couple of things. One is that as that moisture flows in and is lifted by the mountains, that creates even more cloud and rain. So it enhances the rainfall potential. And then on top of that, when the rain starts falling, it becomes channeled and funneled by these very tall mountains, and it turns into torrents and mudslides. And back in 2009, this metro area had 2,500 buildings flooded out by nothing, by no tropical storm, just many days of heavy rain.
I mean, you're talking about 9,000 feet. If you picture the Olympic mountain range in Washington, one of the wettest spots in the entire United States, about 6,000 feet for the most part.
Yeah, these are very, very high mountains, and again, you're going to have a lot of channeling going on there. So that's really going to be the huge worry, life-threatening flash flooding and mudslides with all of that rain that is coming in. And I do very quickly want to show you the tropical storm warnings in effect. Certainly there will be the potential for tropical storm force winds, not much water level rise at all, and that's going to be inside of 36 hours when a warning is issued. That's what that means.
All right, we'll keep a close eye on this one, see if we get Barry before the day is done. That's Steph, back to you.